Hey there, peeps. So I'm back again for another podcast session. So this time, our special guest is no other than the Chief Executive Officer of Coldstack.io. So we have Mr. Alexander Shishow. So thank you so much and welcome to the show.
Great, thank you.
Before we begin, I would like to say hello to all of our amazing subscribers and viewers who are watching our interview right now regarding Coldstack. So I hope you guys are going to learn more on what Coldstack is all about coming from our CEO right here, okay? So Alex, are we all set?
Yeah,
All right. So first things first, could you introduce yourself and share how you get started into the crypto and blockchain industry and what inspired you in creating and developing Coldstack?
good. Good, nice question. As you said, I'm Alexander Shishow, and I'm CEO and founder of the Coldstack. And I've been working in the technology industry for 15 years. And I've been a product development lead for Prometheus. And it's well-established company in crypto. And it's a crypto incubator since 2019. And being a lead product developer and Prometheus Labs, I've been able to bring to market some successful crypto projects, and I've been learned quickly about the benefits and the challenges of blockchain technology. And in my research, I became excited about potential of decentralized storage networks like Sia or Filecoin or Crust or Airweave or others. And as for my point of view, this technology was far superior than traditional data storage. And I assume that the fundamentals of decentralized cloud storages are would get more adoption in the next bull market. And I didn't understand why very few people actually are using this technology. And eventually I realized that for someone like myself, decentralized storage networks are incredibly easy to use. But for normal user, just for the people beyond crypto, who's are new for DeFi or something, there are a lot of challenges to using and understanding it. And so I wanted to help solve this problem, and network was there. The demand for cheap and secure cloud storage is exploding, and I just needed to make it easier for individuals to use it. I'm trying to to encourage brand new projects from crypto to use decentralized storages. And I'm trying to solve my own problem, and that was Coldstack emerged from.
Okay, so Alex, it's great to know you. So thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, especially on sharing how did you get started into this industry. Now, let's move on to the next question. What is currently the mission and vision of Coldstack?
Oh, the mission of Coldstack is to make the entire decentralized cloud storage ecosystem more accessible and easier to use for everyone in the planet. It's our aim is to create a combined decentralized cloud that will be bigger and more affordable and easier to use than any centralized cloud storage ever. Our vision is create a world where each individual can affordably control and store their data without losing their privacy, sovereignty, or security.
Okay, so that's an interesting mission and vision that you have shared to us regarding Coldstack. So thank you so much for that, Alex. Now on to the next question, which is something really important for all of the subscribers and viewers who are watching our interview, right now. Now, could you explain more about Coldstack's ecosystem as a decentralized cloud aggregator and how it benefits users like me and the rest out there?
Okay, it's pretty simple. As for our ecosystem, it consists of users, indeed, or projects that will use our ecosystem that need to store and retrieve their data on the one hand, and all of decentralized cloud storages on other hand. Just imagine that there are Crust and Airweave and Sia, as I said, and Filecoin, and any of decentralized storages that will come across. and we will combine them to make it easier and more affordable for the normal people to use them. That means that every file you will need to store, our artificial intelligence will decide what is the best match for this very file. Each time when everybody is storing the file. For every time, for every file, we will decide and find the perfect decentralized storage network to store it with. Imagine that you are storing very small files for a very long term. Despite the fact Airweave is quite expensive, it could be the best fit. Imagine that you're storing very huge files for not so long term. The craft will be the best fit, definitely. And for many other purposes, the Filecoin will fit well. To use all the benefits of all of those systems, you will need, to use the benefits of the decentralized storage ecosystem as a whole, to use the best options for file storing, you will need to implement all of their APIs, to integrate with them, to pay them with their coins as a storage fee and so on. And with our system, you can do it like in one click. We will definitely find the best storage for each case for you. That's what I'm trying to do. What's the benefits that community will have? But not just like that. Actually, one of our main goals is to make it very, very simple to migrate from the Amazon or other centralized storages to decentralized storage. Actually, if you're a data engineer or something in some of the projects, you will need just literally change a couple of strings in your config file to switch between the Amazon and decentralized cloud. That's very important, to be honest. Like, we are trying to encourage people to try decentralized clouds, because even in decentralized industry, a lot of projects are using Amazon or Google or other centralized clouds. I don't think it's nice, because it can lead to not really nice consequences. But anyway, let's not talk about this set stuff for now, about those issues. Let's focus on advantages that decentralized storages have. It's supposed to be my best interview ever.
That's great to hear. Well, anyways, Alex, at least you've shared to us about how Coldstack's ecosystem works as a decentralized cloud aggregator, especially its benefits to users like me and the community. Well, I am one of those who have some experience in using cloud storages before, because since I have lack of spaces right now, despite that I have some external drives, but I have to store somewhere on the cloud. I was thinking that I am going to store them in in decentralized cloud storage, and good thing that Coldstack is right here, and yes, I want to try it. And also, in my last video, Alex, I did show to the subscribers on how are we going to upload our files there. So it's really amazing, to be honest. So once again, Alex, thank you so much for explaining it to us about the ecosystem and how everything works right here for Coldstack, and also for our subscribers and viewers here who have some experience before in uploading and storing their files on the cloud. So you may want to check out Coldstack, okay? And now let's move on to the next question. This is really an interesting question for you, Alex. Who are your strong competitors in this space? How would you stand out from the rest?
It's a very nice question indeed. So first of all, we have to say that we do not compete with any of decentralized clouds, but I believe our greatest competitors are centralized data networks. We do not compete with decentralized cloud because we are aggregator, and as an aggregator for decentralized storage networks, whenever clients store data with us, we are supporting decentralized cloud community by storing on the network that the best fits customer needs, as I said. And the more decentralized storage networks improve the network, the better we can integrate that more consumer products and grow the network effect between cloud storage providers and users. So for now, the strongest competitor is people who would prefer to convince a network effects of centralized data networks over more secure decentralized data networks. You know, I know it's like sounds like we are going to compete Amazon. No, we are not. We don't want to compete Amazon, but decentralized cloud ecosystem altogether to be combined with our help as an aggregator, then definitely can compete and then can overcome Amazon and other centralized storage giants. That's what we are trying to do. That's what our effort. That's what the thing we aim to.
All right, so thank you so much for that, Alex. Now, let's move on to the next question. Now, what sort of achievements do you have from the beginning until now, especially the current project partners that you have on board?
Oh, we have very nice partnerships. As for our achievement, I'd say our greatest achievement is to create a nice team of the developers and nice community that supports us a lot. I'm really proud to having this kind of community. They're really supporting and they help us a lot. And also we created a public beta of the product, and pretty soon we'll create an official launch. And as focusing on our partnerships, I guess I have to mention BitTorrent. Indeed, we've integrated with BitTorrent. We're making some technical stuff that will explode the whole decentralized storage ecosystem, I hope. And also we've partnered with Anchor. I guess maybe you know this company. It's Web3 infrastructure company. It's quite a huge one. And also we've integrated with Akash recently. I guess maybe some of the people who are watching this video could be able to see our announcements, our recent announcements about Akash. And Akash is a very nice decentralized computing cloud, and they also take care about the storage and integrating us. We can together use their channels, use their data channels, use their nodes to improve our infrastructure on the one way. On the other way, they can store their files, their users' files, their customers' files with us. I mean, distribute them among the whole decentralized storage ecosystem. And also, we've integrated Chainlink. We will announce pretty soon that we've integrated their keepers. We also integrated their oracles and some of their other stuff. Pretty soon, we will announce the keepers as well. And I guess a lot of other projects which are not so huge. We're really proud to work with them. And also, if you guys who are watching this video, if you know some projects that can gain some benefits from collaborating with us somehow, making partnerships, making integrations, and so on, feel free to ping me personally or to ping somebody in our chat, in our Telegram chat. We will be really happy about this. Pretty soon we'll start affiliate program to make even more partnerships. And as for now, you just can ping me and discuss the whole collaboration process. I will be happy about any introductions you can bring.
All right, so at least you've shared to us about the achievements that you have from the beginning until now, especially the project partners that you have on board, Alex. So thank you so much for that. Now, for the next question, aside from the achievements that you have shared recently, could you also share about the recent challenges that you and your team are facing these days and how you guys overcome these challenges?
As for challenges, let me see. Let's say, the biggest challenge that we have now is pretty same that centralized cloud storages. They just faced a decade ago or so, like 10, 12 years. Mainly, it's about trust and about consumer education. 10 years ago, people were proud of their collection of their 2 terabyte hard drives on their custom-built NAS system or something, and it took time and education to bring individuals and enterprise accounts onto centralized cloud networks, to bring them into the cloud. But once they did it and consumers saw the benefits, and Amazon and other companies exploded in terms of revenue and growth, like 10 times or something. You can see it on the charts. And it's easy to peg the customer development and consumer education and their growth. And I believe the same experience will occur in decentralized storage ecosystem. Like fundamentally, very few people actually are using decentralized ecosystem, despite the fact they are more affordable to build, to maintain, to migrate, to do everything. They have higher redundancy. They have more sustainable. They the most important problems are that people are just not really familiar with their advantages, and they are quite hard to integrate. They're quite hard to start to using them. Like they have a little different paradigm. They have quite different interfaces and so on. And most people are still basing their understanding of information system and upon the unprotected and often hacked ecosystem of World Wide Web. But when people move past webs and start to adopt like cryptographically secure chains, I think more and more people will begin to migrate. So as an encryption first data storage system like decentralized systems we have. And I believe the second challenge of cryptographically native data storage protocols is that we are early in developing this technology. And as a result, it's not as easily integrated or collaborated as centralized networks, as I said. So traditional customers can be a bit disappointed that files do not instantly upload and seeing or something you can collaborate and document in real time and just like that. But we are trying to fix all of those issues. We are trying to make it easy to people to use decentralized storage ecosystem. As I said, our great challenge is to make it quick, to make it simple, to make it not really affordable, but to make it easy to understand and adopt. Like, as I said, everything we are doing is making it possible to switch from centralized clouds like Amazon to decentralized cloud ecosystem like in a couple of clicks. And so if you rely on centralized clouds, you are reliant on the systems that can shut you down without any real way to recover. That's important. I think it's most important thing we're doing. We're trying to bring people a control of their own data back again. And I think our challenge is to educating crypto-based projects about the potential dangers of not baking your source and your valuable data and decentralized network.
All right, so Alex, thank you so much for sharing to us about the challenges that you and your team are facing these days and how you guys overcome them. Now, let's move on to the next question, which is also one of the most important questions that you need to hear. So, Alex, I understand that Coldstack has its own token, correct?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. Could you tell us which blockchain did you mint those tokens, and could you also share about its utilities?
As for our blockchains, for this very moment, we support Ethereum, of course, and Binance Smart Chain because they have much lower gas fees. And as for our utilities, I'd say first of all, and the main utility, it is a data storage fee. Like you will pay with our tokens for data storage and data retrieval. And other utility will be pretty soon will be DAO governance. Like if you will stake the tokens with us, if you will store our tokens, if you will have been keeping our tokens for some time, you will participate the governance of the whole Coldstack ecosystem. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to decentralize all the stuff as much as it possible. And in our further plans, we have an idea that even the things that should be pegged to some authorities, like, I wouldn't say censorship, but some kind of understanding what the data is storing and like what kind of data it is. We will also put it in decentralized community, in DAO experts or something just like that. We are trying to make it more decentralized and more governed by our community as it possible. And other you told me about the blockchain, but as actually we have separate blockchain that is storing the data and the transaction within the system. Like if you will deposit money on your account, deposit our tokens in your account, actually it is a kind of bridge between our own blockchain, which is substrate based like a Polkadot, and Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain. Or when you were withdrawing the tokens, it will be vice versa. You will put your tokens for our own blockchain to Binance Smart Chain or Ethereum. And it's quite easy to use, but actually we will consider to moving into the Polkadot parachain or parathread. I guess in 2022, we will participate Polkadot parachain auction, and we'll see how it will work out. But as for now, we have substrate blockchain that is working with our data transactions, with our billing and stuff just like that. And we have Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum for the external ecosystem like DeFi. We are on PancakeSwap and we are on Uniswap indeed, and also we are an MXC centralized exchange. Our first centralized exchange we've listed recently.
Okay, so at least have you shared to us about the token of Coldstack, especially its utilities, and where did you mint those tokens, on the blockchain? So also you have shared a bit of some future plans that you have in store for Coldstack in the community. So thank you so much for that, Alex. Okay. Now, speaking of the exciting and future plans that you have in store for the community, how do you guys see yourselves in a few years from now?
Imagine that. Do you remember what was the whole blockchain ecosystem was looking like 8 years from now? Oh, it was like a Bitcoin, and I cannot like I can't remember anything else. Like it was mostly about the Bitcoin, maybe a couple of altcoins. I guess Ethereum was created much later. Okay, a few years from now. Like I have to confess that our main goal is to bring much more adoption to decentralized storage ecosystem as a whole. I mean, I hope, I'll keep my fingers crossed, but I hope that we could bring much more, many times more adoption that decentralized clouds have for now, because there are like pathetic few percent of the whole cloud ecosystem that's the adoption that they have. And I do believe they deserve much more. And if we can bring this, I hope we will process at least half of the transactions of the data storing and retrieving in the whole and combined decentralized cloud ecosystem. That's our aim, that's our dream. We will bring more adoption and we will be a gateway between the users and the decentralized storage networks like Filecoin, Crust, and Airweave.
All right, so at least you've shared to us on how do you see yourself and the entire Coldstack project in a few years from now. So thank you so much for that. Now, let's say you've introduced me to Coldstack for the first time, Alex. Now, could you give us some reasons on why Coldstack is the ideal go-to source for us to store our files on the cloud, especially that you guys are a decentralized cloud aggregator?
It's pretty simple. We are trying to make it as simple as it possible. The first thing and most important is that we are more affordable than everybody else. We are trying to find the best price, like the best price ever for your files. And we can do it really good with our artificial intelligence, so the best price guarantee. And other thing is that we are quite fast. If you will upload the file to us, you can download this file like in a second, like I guess millisecond, let's say. It's a couple of milliseconds. After you will upload the file, you can download it. And we can cache the files. We can make it really, really fast, and latency will be really, really low. So we can make it cheaper, we can make it faster, and we can definitely make it easier to use. If you are a project or if you're a data engineer of the project, you can like easily use our system with your favorite S3 protocol, and we are 100% compatible. And like we are fanatics of compatibility. We are making a lot of time and effort to make it really, really easy. It's not like about changing a couple of strings, as I say. It's about literally changing a couple of strings. You can switch to our system in a seconds from the Amazon, like it's not really necessary to spend a lot of time and effort for that. It's cheaper, it's faster, and it's easier to use and integrate. I guess that those three items is more than enough.
All right, at least we learned from you, Alex, on why Coldstack is the go-to source for us to store our files on the cloud. So hopefully our subscribers and viewers who are tuning into our interview right now have learned so much coming from our guest speaker here, Mr. Alexander Shishow, the CEO of Coldstack.io. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot, Alex. This just popped up in my mind right now. If it's okay with you, this question, I think this is also very important before we end. Is it okay with you?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, because there are some cases that some cloud storage websites right there are some hackers out there, like they are uploading malware or any other files that are having virus. So how do you address that if they're going to attempt that on Coldstack?
You know, there are two different things. The first of all is that we do not make any censorship. Like if guys are trying to upload and download files, if there are viruses, they can handle this on their own. We have all the data encrypted. Like we have all the data encrypted, and like they cannot harm us and any other storages and something just like that. But we do not make any censorship, to be honest. Like if you are going to take care about the viruses, about the malware, about the things just like that, I guess it can be finished with the censorship. That's very important, but it's very complicated question. And as for now, it's not a big issue for us, because as for now, most of the data that you can upload can be downloaded just with your own account. So, if you're trying to upload the download, whatever you want, it's not a big deal. If it's a viruses of malware, if you need to upload your malware something and then download it, just you can do it. I guess you can do it with Amazon, you can do it with Google, you can do it with Coldstack, you can do it with Filecoin or whatever. But later we will take care about this stuff. Definitely, we should take care about this stuff. And I hope we will handle some hackathons and we will ask the community for the best solutions that can be made. Because as I mentioned, if you start to censor somebody because it's looking like a malware, like highly likely, you can finish with doing a political censorship or something just like that. It's very important. It's very important edge. It's very important question. And maybe we will discuss it in the next interview, like a little bit later or somehow. What do you think?
Yeah, we can do that, Alex. So at least you've shared to us about on how you guys are going to address this kind of issue that I have shared to you, because I have encountered this before, like years ago. Like, oh, I didn't know that the file that I have downloaded from this source is like having a malware, having a virus. I just don't know why those centralized cloud storage platforms are not preventing that. You know what I mean, Alex?
Yeah, indeed. But as I said, it's like it's a very important edge between a censorship and between the freedom and between dealing with malware or something, and like something like blackmailing. I don't know, this bad stuff. And we will take care. I guess we will ask our community like, what is that's why I'm talking too much about the DAO governance, about the community, about all the stuff just like that, because I think we are not the authorities. We should not like make these kind of solutions because they're very important. And if we will do something just like that, it will be 100% community based. I guess the people can handle the stuff just like that in the best possible way. Much better than authorities, than companies, and then corporates, and the things just like that.
All right, so thank you so much for that, Alex, and hopefully our subscribers and viewers were having the same question that I have earlier. Of course, you have learned coming from our guest speaker right here. Now, so before we end this interview, do you have any parting words for our amazing subscribers and viewers who are tuning in to our interview right now?
Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to address this fine audience, and I hope that you guys will come across to our Telegram chat or to our Twitter, and maybe you will ask us some questions that if you're interested in our subject of the interview, our Coldstack project. And also, as I said, I will be absolutely happy if you participate some kind of our activities and our further affiliation program.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest for tonight's interview, the CEO of Coldstack.io, Mr. Alexander Shishow. So once again, Alex, thank you so much for being here in the show. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, and also I would like to thank all of our subscribers and viewers who are tuning in to our interview with Alexander Shishow, the CEO of Coldstack.io, which is a decentralized cloud aggregator. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed our conversation here with Alex. However, if you have some questions in your mind that were not covered yet in this interview, feel free to leave down your questions right here in the comment section of this video. And don't forget to share this to your friends as well.
Okay, I will take care. I will take care about those questions. Believe me, I will explore all the questions, and I will answer definitely to the most interesting questions. And also, if you have some kind of recommendations on stuff just like this, we'll keep it in mind.
All right, so guys, you have heard it from Alex himself. All right, so thank you. And one more thing, peeps, I would like to invite you all to smash the subscribe button, hit like, and turn on the notification bell for more crypto, blockchain, DeFi, NFT, GameFi, and Metaverse videos, AMAs, and interviews. Okay, so from my freaking home studio, this is Jeff, aka Nomad Fury, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.